Good morning. Welcome to early morning practice. This is roughly 80 minutes long. As always, please practice in accordance with your abilities and your comfort level. The practice, remember, is an offering. And to an extent, how we're feeling is to an extent affecting everybody. So please practice in a way that is mindful, that will not bring you into a place of pain or suffering, anxiety. This is not what you want to transmit. So on that note, let's begin. Start off with your eyes closed. Go within. Nothing to do, nothing to seek. Everything we need is already within. Let's begin with the sound of Om 3 times to attract divine attention. Imagine you're becoming one with all beings. Merge with the divine that is equally present in all beings. Fix your mind on God alone. Rest your thoughts in God alone. And in God you will live hereafter. Of this there is no doubt. May all beings everywhere be happy and free from suffering, and enjoy this practice through our senses. May we always have a strong desire for liberation from pain and suffering. And may we cherish no ill feelings against each other, only ever peace, love, joy, and compassion. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. We'll start with the mantra for purification, to purify the space, the grounds, and all the psychic channels within. If you know it, do it with conviction, do it with volume so it can be heard by all the subtle channels that, the psychic channels that reside within the body, over 350,000 of them. If you don't know, excuse me, if you don't know the mantra, just pretend you're chanting it through the voice of the Guru. You derive all the benefits as though you're chanting it perfectly. Om Pavitraha Pavitra Sawa Vashtanga Topi Va Yaha Smaripandritaksham Sabaya Vihantraha Sajihi. So now in order to establish a connection, a deeper connection with the divine within, start off with spiritual breathing. Bring your arms up overhead, the palms slightly turned up. From the fingertips, inhale, flood the body with the best of the best. Bring it down to the arms, into the spiritual heart. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Holding everything in the heart, in the spiritual heart, in the center of the chest, and the look in the right side of the physical heart. Exhale out through the arms, just the breath leaves. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, inhale down through the arms, the best, right down into the spiritual heart. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, holding the breath and the attention at the heart. Exhale out through the arms. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more time. Use your attention to attract all the best into the spiritual heart. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Holding again in the heart. Hold the breath. Exhale out through the arms. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bring the arms down now. Let's do calming breathing. This is the breath that helps to bring the mind into a state of quietness. So when you remove the restlessness, the mind becomes less susceptible to cravings and desires. Cravings and desires ultimately lead to suffering. So let's do this, and we'll get just a taste of it. We try to do at least 12 cycles when we're doing it on our own. And bit by bit, after about a week or so, you can increase it if you like, if you have the time. But let's just get the taste and get feeling of it. So we'll do the friction technique as well. So it's a visualization of the movement of the breath. So as you inhale, imagine breath moving down towards the root of the spine. On the exhale, imagine breath moving back up. So you're constantly watching the wave motion of the breath. Left hand in Jnana Mudra, the mudra of consciousness on the left knee. The right hand, second and third fingers fold down, this is Vishnu Mudra. When you turn the palm towards you, it is no longer Vishnu Mudra. We use the thumb for the right nostril, right ring finger for the left nostril, always the right hand, remember. Stay very straight. So between the inhale and exhale, you close both sides of the nose for a fraction of a second before you exhale. So, let's begin. Sitting tall and straight. Exhale, completely empty the lungs. Close off the right nostril with the right thumb. Inhale down to the left. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Close the left side. Open the right. Exhale back up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Down through the right. 3, 4. The lungs expand. The chest rises. 7, 8. Close the right. Open left. Exhale back up. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale down through the left. 4. Even breathing. 6, 7, 8. Close the left. Open right. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Down to the right. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Close the right. Open left. Back up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Lose yourself in a breath down through the left. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Close left, open right, exhale back up. 3, 4. The left hand stays on your knee. I'm just demonstrating the movement of the breath with the hand. Down through the right. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Close the right, open left, back up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Continue on your own. Keep the breathing nice and steady. If you have more lung capacity, you can increase the length between each count. So do again according to your abilities. Try to prolong the breath a little bit. If you happen to lose your attention, be unconcerned, unjudging. Be like the witness watching everything without any expectation, any attachment to the results. And if you do lose your concentration, just keep bringing the mind back to the pranayama. As many times as you need to, with constant practice, the breath, the attention will eventually settle, the mind will become quiet. It's the effort, remember, that's most important, not the results. Remember that you're doing this for all beings. You're sharing the benefits with all. It's not just for you. Keep straight. Make sure the body doesn't start to slouch. Fill the lungs as much as you can on the inhale. Deflate completely on the exhale. So by the 8th count, you're completely empty. And then immediately fill right back up again, right to the top of the chest. As you start your next one, this is your last one. Don't shortchange it. Keep the breathing always constant. Don't try to finish early just for the sake of finishing. And whenever you've completed, just bring your right hand on your right knee in Yana Mudra. Just take a moment to prepare now for the physical practice. Remember that God is equally present in all forms, and through the forms, through that knowledge that God is within all forms, we cultivate a deep reverence and a love and respect for all beings everywhere. So now let's continue. Come to standing. Okay, we're going to start off with some exercises first to promote more release of the impurities through heat. So I'm going to stand first by imagining we're shaking all the impurities out of the organs. So what we're doing is we're just making the belly bounce. Imagine you're just trying to pump the belly button in and out, and as you're doing this, all the organs are being shaken and all the toxins are tumbling out of them. So take a deep breath in. Exhale, come down, hands on the knees. Hold the breath out, lungs are empty, and just start to bounce the belly button. Push the belly button in and out towards the front of the spine. Try to do at least 50 times as you hold the breath in. Keep holding the breath out. Pull everything up and in. Imagine you form a vacuum underneath the rib basket. The belly button pushes right against the front of the spine. Contract the muscles, pull them up towards the navel, chin in the chest. And then come around back. Relax. Breathe in. Breathe out. Of course, if you're starting to feel like you can't hold anymore, then the breath out, then you just come up when you need to. Okay? So one more time, take a deep breath in. Exhale, come back down. Completely empty here, and start again. Pull everything up and in again. Feel as though the heart was pushing right between your shoulder blades. Everything underneath the rib basket becomes very, very thin and whole. And then coming back up. Breathe in, breathe out, relax. Continue some exercises. Make sure you do them with enthusiasm and make sure you do the breathing with vigor in order to get the full extent of benefits. Starting with your hands on the hips, start to move the head in circles, the chin touching the chest, the ears to the shoulders, the back of the head to the top of the back. If you can, move a little bit faster so you build some of that heat. And then go in the opposite direction. Feels the head very heavy. Feel it rolling all the way around the neck. Good. All right, now inhale, raise your arms up. Exhale, down, up, down. We're going to move the joints in every which way possible through these exercises. Inhale, straight arms up. Exhale, pull them down. Spread the fingers and hands come up. Pull them down into wrists as the arms come down. Now inhale, straight out in front. Exhale, snap the hands back against the shoulders. Now arms swing back and forth. Throw the arms behind the ears. And then release. Now arms across the chest. Imagine trying to squeeze your armpits together. Exhale, throw the arms back. Modify the movements as you need to suit the condition as always. Good. So if you can't do all the repetitions, just do as many as you can. Raise your arms up overhead, inhale. Exhale, toss the body down. Throw the belly against the thighs. You can bend your knees as you're going down. And just stay here for a moment. Just allow the body just hang out here. Stop shaking and bouncing. And then roll your way back up. Next one. Arms up over the head. Exhale. Come down into squat. If you can't go down all the way, just come down as far as you can. Be mindful of your knees. And right back up. And then from here, bring the elbows out to the side. And we're going to twist from side to side. The inhale happens automatically as you come back to the center. See the pressure build up by the exhale. You exhale to complete the twist on each side. Work the waist. And back to the center. Next one also has a squat, 4 movements. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, down. Inhale, press up. You can lift up off the heels. Exhale, back down on with the arms. One more. Good. Next one. Arms out in front of the body, the wrists height to the shoulders. Circle around backwards to the front on the inhale. Exhale, pull and punch right back out. Feel the bounce as you punch forward and then back down. Next one is the same movement, but you start with the arms down. So inhale, full circle in a cord to the front. Exhale, pull the arms in and drop them down. Next one, open up the feet a little bit more. Toes point to be on the edges of the mat. We're going to go from side to side. Left arm up, inhale. Bend to the right arm up, inhale. Bend to the left. Look at the hips and the waist. And then conclude. Next one is the same movement, but the breathing's a little bit different. Left arm up on the inhale, hold the breath, bend to the right, so you can sink deeper into the stretch. And then back up on the exhale. Right arm up, inhale, bend to the other side. Push the hips and ribs out towards the right. And then coming back up. Reach up high. Feel so there's weight dangling off each finger. So to allow the body to sink deeper into the stretch. Go to the other side now. Lose yourself in the sensations. Remember, all beings are experiencing this through your body to an extent. So move in a way that feels good to you. But try to go to the edge of potential. Know the difference between going too far and coming to a place. You might feel some discomfort. It's not always pleasant, as Dharmaji says. But try to think of the benefits, how you just try to bring yourself to the full potential of your practice. If you don't ever make any efforts, if you're not willing to go to the extent of your potential, exercise the full range of your abilities in 20 years, you'll still be in the same place as you are today. So you have to put some effort into it. Know where to draw the line. As you do the movements, as you repeat the movements, you'll be able to go a little bit further with each and every repetition. Let's do one more on each side. Stretch. Try not to create fold to the other side of the body. Graceful movements like grass blowing in the wind. Last time. Stretch. And then coming back. So now we're going to come onto the hands and knees. So we might have to move it off center, so I'm just going to move it a little bit. Okay, so now come onto the hands and knees. Cat-cow. Inhale, arch the back. Exhale, round the back. Inhale. Exhale. Try not to jam up the lower back or the back neck when you arch the back. Or close the throat completely. On the exhale, still keep the passage for the breath free. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Stretch the belly skin. Exhale, stretch the back skin. Inhale. Now the belly moves down. Exhale, pushes right through the lower back. Inhale, the heart goes down forward a little bit. Exhale, feel pushing right up between the shoulder blades. Inhale. Exhale. Powerful yet graceful movements. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And one more. Inhale. And exhale. Come back to neutral. The next one is for the hips. Raise the right leg up on the inhale. Swing it out to the right. Throw the leg up there on the inhale. Try to get the foot right over the head. other side. The left leg up, inhale. Exhale, swing out to the left. Feel as though the leg will be a big pendulum swinging out of control. And then release. So now we're going to lie on our bellies. Use a blanket if you need to make it more comfortable for your hips. Now come on to your belly. We're going to work the upper back muscles. You want to engage the buttocks and the upper back muscles when you're doing this exercise. Anchor down to the hips, the tops of the feet and the thighs. If you can, squeeze your hands together. If not, just keep your hands apart. So you're trying to imagine you're trying to get your hands right over your feet. Inhale, come up with the chest. Exhale, back down. Up and down. Up, 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 down. One more up and down. Relax. Drop the arms by the sides of the body. Breathe in. Breathe out. Relax. So now we're going to turn onto our right side. So now you can support your head with your right hand, left hand in front of the chest. Inhale, raise the left leg up. Exhale, back down. Just hovering above the other leg. Inhale, up and down. Flex the foot, push out through the other edge of the foot, and down. The inside the edge is pointing towards you. And down. Imagine you're trying to push the foot as far away as possible. Keep the line of the side body nice and smooth, no wrinkles. And down. Up and down. One more. Up and down. Maybe not all the way, halfway. And then bring the other leg up. Flex both feet. Now bring the right arm over the head. Bring the other hand on top of it. And then see if you can pull both arms up off the ground. You're bouncing on your right hip. And then release. Lie on the back for a moment. Breathe in. Breathe out, soften. Let go of all fatigue. So now we're going to go on to the other side. So roll onto your left side. And then we'll do the same thing. Left hand supports the head. Excuse me. Right leg up, inhale. Exhale down, hovering maybe about an inch above the other foot. Up and down. Flex the foot. Up and down. Up and down. Keep the side body smooth for your wrinkles. And down. Up, really push the foot away from you. And down. Up and down. And up and down halfway. Bring the other leg up. Parallel to it. Flex both feet. Charge the legs. And then bring the left arm out over the head. The right arm comes on top of it. Parallel. And you can float the left arm up off the mat now. Try not to imagine you're being pressed to two panes of glass. Try not to allow the upper body to come forward. And then down on the back. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let go of all fatigue. so you don't carry into the exercises that follow. Okay, so now we're going to roll up. And then from here we're going to come into child's pose. Seat back on in. Heels. Inhale, come up into high cat, round your back. Exhale, hips down to your hands, chest forward, Bhujangasana, cobra pose. Inhale, back up, tuck the chin in. Exhale, take the seat all the way back behind the heels. Inhale, coming up, rounding your back. Exhale, flexing the spine. Try not to lose your neck. Keep the neck telescoping out the shoulders. Inhale, coming back up. Tuck the chin in. Exhale, pull the seat all the way back. Inhale, gradual, fluid movements. Transitioning from one to the other like a shapeshifter. Back up, inhale. Exhale, all the way back. Try to move in a way that doesn't create any sharp kinks in the lower back or the back of the neck. No big wrinkles. And forward, back up into the high cat. Exhale, seat behind heels, child's pose. Inhale, rounding. Exhale, flexing, arching the back the other way. Inhale, back up into high cat, rounding. Exhale, flattening and lengthening. Inhale, coming up. Think of a hose. If you fold the hose sharply, you cut off the water supply. It stops flowing. So in the same way, you're trying to avoid that so you don't allow the flow of the energy to stop. Inhale, come up. And forward. Uncoiling gracefully. Inhale, back up. Coiling back in. Exhale, flattening and lengthening. And then up. Forward. Press down with your hands. Base of the wrist, the finger pads, and the base of the fingers all the way back. Inhale, coming up. And forward. Lighten the neck. Draw it out of the shoulders. Trunk out of the hips. Also, inhale, back up. And all the way back. One more time. Inhale, rolling up. Exhale, coming forward, chest forward between the in front of the arms. Head up, inhale, back up. Tuck the chin in. Exhale, all the way back down. And take a moment here. Breathe in. Breathe out again. Let's rest. Next movement, we're going to glide into cobra if you can. So it'll look like this. On the inhale, you pull with your hands. Pull as though you're trying to pull the floor towards you. Hold the breath as you come into the cobra. It may not be the full extent of your cobra right now the first few times, but eventually the body will warm up. And then exhale all the way back. If you found that transition difficult, instead you come up into baby plank. Shoulders over the wrists, and then drop the hips between your hands. Push your chest forward, the head back. Hold the pose. Hold the breath. And then back on the exhale. So you have to try to imagine your serpents creeping through the grass. And then uncoiling if you're doing this one. Hold the breath. Don't lose the neck. Remember, keep the back of the neck and the lower back of the wrinkles. Back on the exhale. Inhale, glide forward. Put yourself in the body of the snake. Remember, blessed are those who can imitate the form physically. Imagine having that boundless range of motion. And then back, exhale. Twice blessed are those who can imitate copy the teacher, the form, physically and mentally. Be eager in the wise of the serpent. Hold the breath here. And back, exhale. On the breath retention, the mind goes quiet. And one more time. In this movement, take the chest, open up the chest, take the head back. 3 times blessed, those can imitate the teacher, in this case the serpent, spiritually tap into all the divine qualities of that which you're representing. And back, exhale. So for the next few, you can do the entry into cobra, but once you arrive, come onto your fingertips, bend your legs so the knees, the feet come towards the head. Doesn't matter if your toes can't touch the head. Just working more joints at the same time. Take the seat back. Imagine trying to squeeze socks behind the knees. Point the toes, activate the legs. Push into the fingertips. Hold the breath, hold the pose. Take the head back. And back on the exhale. Inhale, glide forward. You have lots of power in your fingertips. Push hard in the fingertips, keep it close to the body. And maybe the body will come up higher. The whole trunk from the top of the legs up off the mat. And back on the exhale. Inhale. Hold the breath, hold the pose. Everything stops on the breath retention. The mind activity, the movements of the body and the emotions frozen. Back exhale. Inhale. Pull the shoulders back. Open up the heart in every sense. The toes. And back. Exhale one more time. Make it your best yet. Come forward. Imagine you're trying to pull the floor towards you to propel yourself to more power and ease. Hold the breath, hold the pose. And back on the exhale. Relax, breathe in, and breathe out. Soften everything. Now, we're going to come up onto the knees. So work the thigh and the core muscles. So eventually will help you to, if you're trying to come up from Urdhva Dhanurasana, down from Urdhva Dhanurasana up, this will help you eventually get that motion. So you're anchoring down through the shins, the tops of the feet, and imagine you're trying to press the thighs inwards towards one another. Engage the buttocks and engage the core. Right? So you have lots of different options here. You can have your hands on the thighs or on your seat. These are the easier versions. If you're stronger, you can have your arms up like cactus or up over the head. Across the chest is also one that you can do that's a little bit easier. Okay, so try to keep your body rigid. And you can start by not going back so far first, or eventually you can keep going further and further. So you have to anchor down through the shins. Lean back. Inhale, reach up, hold the breath, go back, coming back up, and exhale here. Inhale again, lengthen. Eventually you'll be able to hover just above the ground when you come down. Try not to allow the head to fall, to flop back. Keep your chin tucked in. You have your arms overhead, it helps to squeeze your arms by the ears. Again, stop when you need to, it's too much. Have an angry determination. Try your best. Let's do one more. From here, child's pose. Seat back on the heels, forehead down, breathe in, breathe out. Okay, so sit back up, bring your legs out front, lie on the back. So now, extend your arms over the head, inhale. Exhale, pull yourself into a tuck, squeeze very tight. Knees to the shoulders, the chin between the knees. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, then pull in tight. Thighs pressing onto the belly. Inhale. Exhale, pull in. Make the body look like a fist. All the muscles coming together. All the body parts coming together. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze in. Use your arms to pull the knees in. Well, and come in. Try to peel your shoulders up off the mat to meet the knees. Inhale. And then come up. Or in. Inhale. Exhale. Draw yourself in. Everything tight. Like a ball. And one more inhale. Exhale. The movement's the same for the next sequence. Inhale, but the breathing's different. Now hold the breath, come into a tuck again. Use the elbows to squeeze against the knees. You can bring one fist in front of the other over top of the knees. You can bring your forehead more easily to the hands. And then release. If you can't touch your head to the hands, no, not important. Don't worry about it. Do your best. Inhale, stretch. Hold the breath, tuck. Try to concentrate all your tension and space between the eyebrows, whether your forehead is touching your hands or not. And release, exhale. Inhale, stretch. Hold the breath and tuck. Whatever you're doing, keep in mind the same temperament. Unchanging, unbothered, unjudging. Release, exhale. Inhale. Hold and tuck. Squeeze everything very tight. Relax, exhale. Inhale, extend the body taut. Lengthen, exhale, squeeze in as tight as you can. Release. Inhale, stretch. Hold and tuck. Break the pose. Inhale. And then tuck again. Squeeze very, very tight. And release, and one more. Inhale, stretch. And then tuck. Squeeze in tight. Hold the breath. And release. Now stay here for a moment. Breathe in. And breathe out. Good. Flip onto your belly again. Okay, take hold of your ankles if you can. Lift up the left leg, take hold of the leg and hold the ankle, and then once you have that ankle, hold. See if you can take the other one. If you can't hold the knees, you can use a strap, or you can just do it without binding the feet, and just come up like this. Okay, so you're doing Dhanurasana or the skydiving version, where you're just flying your arms up. Okay, so if you have your ankles, then flex your feet. Inhale, lift the chest, push the heels away from the body. If you can, pull on your legs, get your thighs up off the ground. Exhale, come back down. You can also flip on your side and do it this way. Okay, so you press your shins away from you, and just stay on your side. After 4, you switch. Or 6, you switch. Inhale, come up. Exhale, back down. Inhale, up. Again, with each repetition, you come up a little bit higher. Pull through your legs, come up and back down. Inhale, up, lift the chest and down. Try to get your thighs up the mat. Inhale, exhale, up, down. Now if you're doing your side, you roll onto your other side and then come up again. Inhale, exhale, up, press through the base of the toes, flex the toes and down. Flex your feet at me. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, maybe if you bring your legs up high enough, you'll be able to see your feet. And back down. Up. Always according to your condition. Down. Up. And down. Up. And down. Every pose an offering. Up. And down. And release. Release the legs. Forehead on the hands, down on top, one another, and forehead on your hands. Breathe in. Breathe out, soften. Okay, so now, hands underneath the shoulders, push up into table, hinge your seat back on your heels, and then roll up to standing. So we're going to come now to the front of the mat. Give me one moment. So now, come to the front of the mat, Surya Namaskar. hands to the heart. Remember to renounce all the fruits. Just do the practice for the benefit of all. Do it because it must be done. Raise your arms up, overhead, arch back. Fold forward, bend your knees. If you need to, bring your hands flat on the ground, chest on the thighs. Right foot back, lower down the knee, lower down the hips. Come into the high plank. Ashtanga Namaskar, knees, chest, forehead down. And scoop right into upward facing dog. Lift your hips and knees away from the ground. Let your hips over between your hands. Back into downward facing dog. The right foot steps forward to the hands. Feet together, Uttanasana, chest on the thighs, head down. Come all the way up, arch back. Each thigh supports you as you lean back, hands back to the heart. Raise your arms up, breathe naturally. Move the body, the breath will follow and deliver more power and ease the movements. Left foot back. Into the plank. Ashtanga Namaskar, knees, chest, forehead down. And scoop right forward into upward facing dog with no legs on the ground. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Allow the heart to melt. Left foot steps forward. Try not to land the feet with a big thump when they come forward. Come all the way up. Hands back to the heart. Control the movements so they're always graceful. No jerky movements, no loud, aggressive, clumsy movements. Always graceful. The right foot back. Into the plank. Ashtanga Namaskar, knees, chest, forehead down. Push into your hands. The thighs away from the ground. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Melt the heart. The right foot steps forward. Feet together, Uttanasana. Chest on the thighs. Seat over the heels if your legs are, if you're flexible. All the way back. Hands back to the heart. Go up and back again. Hips forward. Stretch the whole front of the body. Fold the body down in half. Left foot back. Tapping the consciousness of each movement. Making a gesture of when you're opening up your heart, looking up, of surrendering, opening yourself to divine grace. When your head comes down, the eyes downcast, a gesture of humility. Left foot forward. Feet together, Uttanasana, chest on the thighs. Come right up to standing, reach up over the head, come back home, hands to the heart. Adding on now, raise your arms up, hips forward. As you come down, bend your knees, push your belly into your thighs, join your hands behind the back and pull them right over your head. Seat over the heels again if you can, if you're flexible. Right foot back, lower down knee, right into Kapyasana, arms back, behind the ears if you can. And then hands down into high plank. If you can, bring the seat back without touching your knees and your hips to the ground. Pull your elbows into the side body, right into upward facing dog. Modify the movement as you need to. Pulse here a little bit. Try to get your shoulders back, the head back. Look like you're folding your body in half. Look like a dog howling at the moon. Push into your toes and the seat back. The head comes downwards, the shoulders here. Try to get your head below the arms. Be very flexible. Try to get your forehead, your nose waving, the chin comes down. Look like a dog stretching its back. Soften the line in the back. Good, now raise your right leg up and step the foot between the hands softly. Back knee down and bring your arms up over the head, behind the head. Fingertips eventually over your toes. Come forward, bend. Bring your belly onto your thighs, so your hands behind the back. Left foot comes in to meet the right, Uttanasana. Come right up to standing, reach up over the head. Come back home. Be the witness, watch the body move all by itself. Raise your arms up, bury your mind deep in the heart. Watch the body move with even more power, grace, and ease. Uttanasana, feet over the heels, the head comes down towards the feet. Hold your breath, left foot back. Right into Kapyasana, arms all the way back. And then bring the hands down. Step back into the plank. Then feet all the way back on heels. If you can, right into upward facing dog. You can always do Ashtanga Namaskar, knees, chest, forehead down. Stay here again. Stretch the front of the body. Try to visualize a dog howling at the moon and realize that image with your body. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Look like a dog who's loyal to its master with its head down. Be loyal to the Guru within as well. Paying homage to the Guru through your practice. The offering of your practice. Right leg up. Sorry, actually the left leg up. Step the foot between the hands. Back knee down, right up into Kapyasana. Reach all the way back. And then lean forward, bow your thighs, swing your hands behind the back. Join your feet together, bow down as though in humbleness. Come right up to standing, reach up overhead. And come back home, hands to the heart. Roll up and back again. Fold forward. Bend your knees, push your belly into your thighs. The seat comes over the heels, hands over your shoulders. Hold your breath. Right foot back into Kapyasana. You can bring your hands down if you need to. Do whatever allows you to keep the body moving steadily. The seat back, right into upward facing dog if you can, or your modification. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Right leg up, and step the foot between the hands. Back knee down, hips all the way forward. Kapyasana. Imagine your monkey, seemingly no bones in your arms. Swing your arms back behind your head. Left foot comes in to meet the right. Push the belly into your thighs, the forehead towards the shins if you're flexible. Your legs are straight. Come all the way up to standing. Hands back to the heart. Try not to lose connection to your belly with your thighs. So keep your knees bent as much as you need to. Come down, bend your knees, and then push your feet all the way up. Head down. The left foot back. Back into Kapyasana we go. And take the hands down into high plank, into upward facing dog. Your choice of entry. Back into downward facing dog. Left leg up and step the foot between the hands. Back knee down, right into Kapyasana. And then come forward onto your front leg, push your belly into your thighs. The right foot comes in to meet the left. Hands right over your shoulders, the forehead to your shins if your legs again are straight. Not important if they're not. Just do your best. Raise your arms up overhead, arch back, and come back home. Take pause here for a moment. From the heart, inhale the love from the heart up to the crown. Hold the breath. Imagine there and now that the breath is going into all beings everywhere, that the love is going into all beings everywhere. Exhale back down to the heart, remain established in unconditional divine love for all. And release. So, through experiences as humans and even as animals, we experience all sorts of love, but divine love is the one that lasts. So we're always trying to move towards that. Starting off with balanced poses, stand on your left foot, take hold of the heel, the right heel from the inside, from behind the heel. Ballet pose. Bring the leg out to the side. Try to have the toes and fingers on the same line. May look like the letter T. If you're more flexible, bring the leg up higher. Okay, so, oops. So flex your foot, and then lift the chest. Be like a dancer, graceful, poised. Now from here, bring a foot in front. You can bend the knee, switch your grip so that your two fingers and your thumb around the big toe, and push the foot all the way forward and up. Push the base of the toes. If you can lean back a little bit. Do it then according to your comfort. If it's too much, you can take hold of your knee with your hands and just push your belly towards your thighs. And then release, come down. Try it on the other leg now. Anchor down to the right foot. Now try to embody all the qualities of a dancer. Take your leg, left leg out to the side. Or, and like depending on your flexibility, you might be able to get the foot higher. Lean towards the right. If your leg is higher, your leg will come up seemingly even higher. Now from here, pull the foot back in front of you, bend your knee, right hand, right hip, push down into your hip, two peace fingers and thumb circle around the big toe. And then push the base of the toes, lean back if you feel comfortable, or take your knee again with both hands. And then release, come back down. So come now to the back of the mat. Arms out to the side. If you can do toppling trees. You can interlace your fingers, bend the wrists so you're opening up your palms. Your left foot forward, Bend your left knee. Start off with your body straight in one line. Your head, your hip, and your toes in the same line, like you're lying on a table. You look like the letter T here. If you feel comfortable, you can bring your belly down onto your thigh. Pull your hands over the head. The head drops down to about the height of the knee. Your right leg comes up higher. Pull your hands over your shoulders, or your arms are out to the side. Now bring your left hand down, drop it down in front of your left foot, at least 14 or 16 inches. Turn to the right. Bring the right leg up higher if you can, and eventually bring the right arm up. Your left hip in line with your left heel. If you want, you can look forward towards your front hand, so you can take your left hand up off the ground and from the heart. Maybe even the right hand comes to meet it. And then release, come back down. Okay, so try on the other side. Whatever happens, just be okay with it. Don't be unconcerned, I'm judging. If you fall out of it, just come back up again. So turning forward now, the right foot forward, arms up to the side or hands together, depending on your ability to balance, and then open up your wrists, open up your palms, bending at the wrists. So come forward, bending your right knee and bring your left leg up. Level hips to start. Head and toes and hips in the same line. And as you get comfortable, perhaps if you want, you can come down, bend your right knee a little bit. You can rest your belly on your thigh. Take your arms overhead. See if you can arch your back a little bit, like a limb of a tree. The head coming about the height of the knee, down to the height of the knee. The left foot comes up higher than the head if you can. Push your chest forward. Now release the hands. If you need to, you can keep both hands on the ground to start and stay on your fingertips about 14 or 16 inches in front of your right foot. And come up with your left arm. Open up sideways, bring the left leg up higher if you can. Shoulders in line with one another, hips in line with one another. Look down in front. If you want to try to release the right hand, hold your breath, and then see if you take the right hand up. Maybe you can bring your left hand down to lead in from the heart. Keep pulling your left shoulder back if you can. Break the pose, bring the foot down, and release. Wherever you are, remember it's perfect if you're doing your best. It's the effort that's most important, not the result. Standing in on the mat, bring your fingertips in line with the elbows. You can either hop or walk your feet apart. Go to your left. Virabhadrasana 2. Sink into the front hip. Try to get your knee over the toes if you're more flexible. Your back knee just inches away from the ground. Be steady and strong like the warrior. Now from here, depending where your hip is, you can either bring your left forearm on your thigh, the right arm overhead. If you're more straight, you're more upright, the pose will look like this. Make sure you're not jutting the right hip up. Straight line from the foot to the hand. If your hip is lower, you can bring your left hand down on the ground. Now from here, you can bring the right hand behind the back, slip either the hand inside of the thigh, roll the thigh outward. Keep the left shoulder pressing against the inside of the knee, the right shoulder goes back. If you can, drop your left shoulder even down a little bit more, just below the line of the knee. The left arm goes underneath the leg, right arm goes behind the back. Catch the wrist, the right wrist with your left hand, and pull the right shoulder back. Pull on the right arm, try to straighten out the right arm. You're sitting on your left arm more or less. Now from here, release the hands, turn forward. Lift the back heel. You're spinning your back foot, the right arm up. So you can go into Parivrtta Parsvakonasana right from here. Turn to the left, bring the armpit to the outside of the knee. Left hand pushes into your right. And you don't stay there. You push your left hand with right so the belly comes higher than the thigh. You roll the left shoulder all the way back. Try to get your belly higher than the thighs. You can spin without obstruction. Send the chest and face turned up. If it's too much, lower the right knee down, knees underneath the hip for this version. Your legs are like a box. So you can do it from here. If you know other variations, go ahead. If you want to take a bind, push your seats back. Your left hand can assist the right arm underneath the leg. And then your left arm goes over your back. Join your hands together. And then if you like, you can see if you lift your knee up again. Push your left shoulder back. Pull on the left wrist if you have a bind. Break the pose. Bring the back knee down, flatten out the toes. Swing your seat forward. You can just push your hands into your knees and just allow your body to fall away, leaning away from the front leg. Keep your seat low. If you can go further, you can take over your opposite elbows and rest your head and your arms. Feels a little very heavy. Or Kapyasana. Bring your hands together, rock your shoulders back, and lift your chest. Try to imagine your index fingers going over the back toes. Visualize that monkey again, swinging from tree to tree. No bones in their arms, or it seems that they don't have any bones in their arms. Good. And then from here, swing, work your downward facing dog to open up your shoulders. You break the pose, come forward, and then move the left foot out to the edge of the mat. Lift the back knee up and just slide your right foot back further. You want to make sure that the heel is down on the left foot and your shin is vertical. And then lower the knee down, flatten out the toes. If your hips are low enough, you can fall to your right so you can get on your right forearm. Roll back to your left. Both sides, your hips are down. Okay, so make sure your knee's not falling away from your body, or this isn't happening either. You want to have your knee in the same line as your foot, close to the shoulder. If you can't come on to right onto your forearms, stay on your hands. Keep sinking your hips down, and keep lengthening. Pull the body forward so that the more you lengthen, the more the body will come down. The hips are anchored down, eventually the pelvis, the belly, and then maybe the chest comes right down. So there's left shoulder on the foot. Look like a lizard just sunning itself on a warm earth. Merges a form. Now come back onto the hands. Bend the toes on your back foot and then lift back up to standing. Lift it back this way. Come up, all the way up. Go to the right now. Turn to the right. Right foot forward. Virabhadrasana 2. Enter into the consciousness of a warrior. Look over the front hand. Embody all the virtues of a warrior. They're already within you. You just have to turn them on. Remember, we all have God present in us, so we all are all divine manifestations. From here, Paschimottanasana, you can either do this form here. Just sink the left hip down so you're not jutting it up. No discontinuities in that line from the foot to the hand, or if your hip is low enough, your left hand on the all over the head, your right hand on the ground on the inside of the foot. Turn your chest out, make sure you don't lose your neck again. And then if you want, you can bring your left arm behind your back, hand on the thigh, roll the thigh outwards, or bring the right shoulder down a little bit more, just pull the line in the knee, the right arm goes underneath the leg more easily then. Left arm goes behind the back. Pull on the left wrist, push the left shoulder all the way back, sit on your arm. Sit on your arm. Now from here, bring your hands to the ground, turn forward, spinning your left heel up, pushing the roots of your left toes, left arm up. I'm going to do this way, and then extend the arm to the outside of the left leg. If you can get the armpit on the knee, don't stay here. Remember, your hands should be eventually thumbs centered in front of the center of the chest. You have to pull the chest up, the body up to meet the thumbs. As you push down into your right hand, this will help you. And then bring the right shoulder back. Look over your shoulder again. Modify if you need to, but bring your left knee down. If you want to take a bind, sometimes it's easier with your knee up, more space underneath the leg. So you can use your right hand to assist the left arm underneath the leg. You throw the right arm over the back and you pull the hand out from underneath and you bind the hands, lock the fingers together, or hold the right wrist. Pull the right shoulder back. Turn the face and chest up, push the back heel. Now break the pose, bring the back knee down. Turn this way again so you can see. Hip all the way forward. Kapyasana, push your chest up away from the seat so you don't bring a big fold across the lower back. And try not to crunch the back of the neck. If you can go into the full pose or even your head resting in your arms, go ahead. Go to the extent of your potential to keep on going to your edge each and every time. So you keep on redefining that edge, so you don't remain stagnant in your practice. When you see progress, you're more enthusiastic, you're more motivated to continue, and you make even more progress. Lift the chest, arch the back, and break the pose, coming back down. The hands on the inside of the right foot. The right foot moves out to the edge of the mat. You do this so the knee again stays over the line of the foot. It doesn't fall out to the side. Okay, and then from here you push back through the left foot one more time. Lower the knee down if your hips are low enough. Fall onto your left hip, onto your left forearm, and then roll back to the right. So both sides of the body are anchored down, both sides of the hips. Keep on telescoping your chest forward. If your hips are anchored down, the rest of the body again will feel heavy and come down as well. But if you keep lengthening, eventually the body will come closer and closer to the ground anyways. Keep your knee close to the shoulder. Visualize that lizard, still and calm, unbothered. Go into that mindset as well. Unjudging, unaffected. Now come back onto the hands. Bend the toes under and send the right foot back to meet the left. Into plank pose. Into Vasisthasana now. On your left hand. Move your left hand towards the right. Just spin towards the right. And keep you're on the edges of your feet. Your right ankle in front of the left. If you start to fall into your shoulder, your hips are sagging, just bring your left knee down. So don't hurt your shoulder by thinking to keep your left arm fully extended. If you want, you can bring the right leg up. And come back down into plank. Go on the other hand now. The right hand comes towards the left, in front of your nose. Straight line from hand to hand, from foot to head as well. Imagine being a kite blowing from behind. Push your hips forward. Good, one more round. Come back into plank. Go to your right again. If you want variations this time, you can slide the right toes back, spin on the right foot, turn your hips and chest up, and move your left foot in a little bit so you can anchor down the inside edge of the foot. Your foot no more than 30 to 45 degrees. Toes fall in the same line as the rest of the leg. And from here, it might be easier to pick up the right foot. So practice taking the foot up off the ground. Taking the weight right off your right foot, eventually catching the knee. Whoops. So if you turn your foot, my mat's a little bit slippery, so I have to move my foot a little bit. Okay, so now from here, you'll be able to catch your knee easily. If you have the reach, you can take hold of the foot, going according to your abilities. Break the pose, come back, go on the other side now. Back to plank. Sometimes helps go to downward facing dog first. So your hips are already high. Come into your side plank. Keep moving your left foot back, spin on your foot. Toes again follow the same line as the rest of the leg. No more than 30 to 45 degrees. Push your hips all the way up. And then you can take your weight up off your left foot. That you can catch the knee, maybe even the foot. Push into your left foot, straighten the, push into your right foot, sorry, straighten the right leg. Break the palms, come back down, return to plank. From here, downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out. So from here, lift the head, bring your elbows down to the ground. Make sure, so like a form downward facing dog. Your shoulders underneath your elbows. And make sure you can hold your elbows easily, and then bring your hands forward. If you need to, move your feet back. And then bring your head between your hands. And then walk again your feet towards your elbows. If you can, lift your seat up higher by bringing your heels up. If you get your feet close to your elbows, your seat will be pretty much right over your shoulders. And then you lift your heels. You feel the core engaging. You might feel yourself feeling lightened. Maybe your toes will even come up off the ground. Of course, you can keep your toes on the ground the whole time, just pulse up and down. Those who feel comfortable can raise one leg up, or both legs up if you know how to go into headstand. Get one leg up, push into your forearms. You can bring the other leg up. Either straight leg if you're more advanced, but I like to start with my legs bent, especially from the beginning, and it's easier to balance when your body's more compact. Keep your legs very bent, your back foot falling towards the ground, and flex your foot to keep your muscles, your core active so you don't flop out of it. So you always try to control it. You can remember, just lift your heel up and keep your toes on the ground if you're more comfortable doing this version. If you're feeling very uncomfortable doing that, you can just do rabbit hair pose. Shins down, like in starting child's pose, forehead to the ground, and just lift your seat up. Keep your hands by your feet, and then try to get your seat over your knees. If it's too uncomfortable for the back of your neck, just move your head forward. Come more at the top of the head instead of the back of the head. Now, slowly, with control, wherever you're at, come back down. If you're in headstand, try to come out of it with control, no jerky movements, no crash landings. Rest in child's pose. Breathe in, breathe out. Roll your way up, find your way onto your back. Come forward to the front of the bring your seat forward towards the heels and come down. So your feet are from the seat, your edges of your feet are about hip width apart, so edges of your feet in line with your hips. Doing bridge pose. So this is it's got roughly the same shape as shoulder stand in that your chest is high, your chest looks like a wall eventually. Press your arms down into the mat, your palms down, and lift your seat up. And then roll your arms underneath your body. You can interlace your fingers, pressing the edges of your hands down, and try to get your chest right against the chin. Try to feel where your knees are. If they're over your toes and your hips are just kind of dropping, you want to push into the top of the shoulders and push your chest closer to your chin. Lift your heels if you like, walk your feet in, and then really try to get your chest to look like a wall, and then lower your heels down without dropping your hips. Tilt the hips forward. Your knees should be behind the toes, not over your toes. Backs the knees in a straight line with your heels. Your shins are vertical. Now, if you like, you can try to bring your hands to your seat, or wrap them around you with your hips. So your thumbs underneath, your seat is sitting in your heels, your palms, your other fingers around the hips. Bring the left knee up towards the chest and bring the leg up straight. If you're stronger, you can take your leg out to the side. You have to push your right knee out to the right. The mindful of any wrist issues you have. This is when you bring your leg out to the left, it's going to be harder on the wrist, so be mindful, again, of your abilities. And any limitations, bring your left leg back and come back down. Other side, bring your right knee in towards your chest and extend the leg straight up. And keep it there. You can keep both feet on the ground if you need to. Or bring the right leg out to the right. Push the left knee out to the left. Counterbalance. And bring the right foot back up. Bring the foot back down. Now just for a moment, if you like, keep your hips up. For those who can go into Urdhva Dhanurasana, you can go ahead at this point. Bring your fingertips on either side of the head, fingers equal distance apart, your fingers facing away from the head. And then push into your fingertips, bring your head back behind your hands and flip your hands around. Now heels, your palms are down, your toes, fingers are angled a little bit outwards and facing the heels. You can keep your head there, or if you can, lift your head up off the ground. Otherwise, you stay in bridge pose. Okay, know your limits, know your abilities. Maybe it takes a little while for the mind to get comfortable with the ideas, going into different poses. Just wait for it to come. Whatever you don't achieve in this lifetime, don't worry. You have the next lifetime to continue where you left off here. All right, for those who are up in Urdhva Dhanurasana, come down. On your back, extend your legs, breathe in, breathe out, soften, let go of all fatigue. Good. Now from here, bring your knees up into your chest, your thighs against your belly, your knees actually in front of the shoulders. Press down on the shins and just rock from side to side a little bit over your spine. Then here you can take happy baby pose. Take hold of the edges of your feet. I like to hold them from the outside. Some people prefer them inside. It's your choice. Again, roll from side to side. Try to get your knees right to the ground on either side of the body. Either one at a time, alternating, or so you can press both knees down. Next, you open up your legs. So you stretch your legs. If you're very flexible, your toes might come down in line with your shoulders. You can hold on to the tops of the heels from the inside. Don't overstretch. If you can't get your legs straight, you bring your hands closer in on the backs of on the calves or on the backs of the thighs. The sacrum stays on the ground. Now bring the legs back together and slide your hands up the backs of the lower legs. The seat stays on the ground. As you slide your thumbs to your hips, roll the thighs outwards so that both sides of your torso are long, equally long. And draw your belly onto your thighs onto your belly. So you can get your shins closer to your body as well, your head, your feet closer to the head. Take your attention to where you want to find release. That's where the prana will be attracted to. Your attention is like a magnet. Good. Now we bend the legs, shins. So we look like an upside down table. Your knees and back your hips, extend your arms out. In the same line as your shoulders, nudge your hips over towards your left. Drop knees to the right. Move your knees as much as you need to so you can feel the stretch, the extension along the lower back, right to the base of the spine. Make sure your left shoulder is not popping up. Keep extending your arms so back to the shoulders stay down and the chest is flat. Come back to the center. Bounce your hips a few inches to the right. Lower the knees to the left. You can always use your left hand to hold the knees down, adjust the position of the knees again, so you feel the lengthening all along the back body, right to the base of the spine. And extend the right arm out further, so the back of the right shoulder stays down. close, come back to Shavasana. Bring your legs back to the center, open up your legs, feet falling outwards, bring your hands a little closer in, about halfway. Still be on the edges of the mat, palms turned up. In a gesture of surrendering, of receiving. And just relax the body now for a moment. Allow everything to relax as though the muscles dissolved. And surrender physically, mentally, and emotionally. Be grateful for everything that's now arriving to you. The best coming to you now as a result, especially of offering up your practice. So if you want to attract good karma, good circumstances, then you have to act in a way that will be conducive to bring that. So every action has a reaction. The more good you attract to yourself, the more good you put out there, the more good you attract to yourself. So keep on observing ahimsa, especially the active trying to act in a way that doesn't take away the happiness of others, that doesn't bring others in and yourself into a place of pain or suffering. And as a result, what you put out there will come back to you. All that you're bringing in now, be grateful for. And as always, as you did with the practice, share the benefits with all beings. Imagine that all beings are experiencing all these benefits through you. We're all inherently good because we all have God within us, and God is, of course, the embodiment of goodness, of love and compassion. So share that with all beings. And we try to continue that along that same vein in our day-to-day lives. So now let's prepare to do that. Come back to seated position, prepare to exit Shavasana. So we can carry out this intention of radiating love and light and wisdom to all beings. Now we close the practice as Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Instill the peace within, send it to all beings everywhere. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Be receptive to the grace of God. All is within. Thank you so much for coming. Namaste. Sending much love to all of you, and hope to see you again. Bye-bye.